Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm SEU President Kent Ingle, as always, joined by our amazing VP for Student Development, Dr. Bethany Thomas.
What's up, everybody?
You having fun today?
I am. It's Wednesday.
It's been a great week.
It has been.
Hey, you're watching SEU Now, our weekly update show. We get to keep you informed and educated on everything happening right now at SEU. And today we're going to be talking about our upcoming SEU Missions Week, which will kick off this coming Monday, September 26th. This year's theme, I love it. We're going to unpack it. People, get ready.
I love that.
And here to give us the rundown on everything we need to know for the week is SEU Missions Director Stephanie Bernotas and SEU Missions Graduate Assistant Ahmed Velez. And Stephanie and Ahmed, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Look forward to our conversation. But as always, what do we get to do?
Top three things.
Top three things. Here we go. Number one, recent news. We've just been awarded $457,000, almost a $500,000 grant from Florida's legislative budget. So the state to fund our amazing Pathways Life Skills House project.
Wow.
And I think this is going to be exciting. This project will provide a house on campus where our Pathways students can learn functional living skills, grow their competitive and employability in an environment similar to the real world.
Wow.
And you can read more about this exciting news on our website at seu.edu. Number two, our men's and women's cross-country teams will be headed to Charlotte, North Carolina this Friday, September 23rd for the Queen City Invitational.
Wow.
And they'll both be competing at 4 p.m. Both teams have had great starts to their season, claiming both men's and women's Sun Conference Runners of the Week titles. So we want to say shout out to them and keep up the good work. Yeah. And then the third thing, the School of Music will present a free faculty voice recital next Tuesday. That's on the 27th at All Saints Episcopal Church. The recital will begin at 7:30 p.m. Will feature the works of notable composer Franz Schubert. And trust me, you don't want to miss this. So a lot of good things happening. Yeah. Let's start our conversation this morning, Stephanie, with you. Why don't you get us started by talking about this year's theme? You know, what is behind, people, get ready.
Yeah. Well, we are so happy to be here today and to talk about Missions Week. The theme People Get Ready originally came from the new SEU worship song that is coming out next week called People Get Ready. But also we really love it because of the lyrics. It's talking about us getting ready for the coming of our King, the whole world getting ready for the coming of the King. Yeah. And it also talks about preparing the way. And so what we kind of see is that idea that we are similar to John the Baptist in this situation. We are preparing the way of the Lord. But we also believe that SEU worship has a very similar vision to us. We both want the whole ends of the earth to experience Jesus. So kind of a partnership with them as they release their new music.
That's great. And it launches at the end of the week. So we have Missions Week, and then we have the album will release on Friday. That's a great tie-in to that. So Ahmed, tell us, are there any guest speakers coming? And if there are, can you tell us a little bit more about them?
Yeah, so we have Pastor Derek Amser coming in on Monday night.
That's great.
He's a son of missionaries. He was a missionary himself in Ecuador, so he was sent, and now he's a sender of missionaries through lead pastor of Crossroads Church in West Virginia. So super excited to have him here. He was here last year and brought the house down. And then we're also going to be having a bunch of different organizations locally and internationally that will be here doing workshops, interacting with students, which Live Dead is one of them, One More Child International Project, Overland Missions, and the list goes on and on.
That's really great.
A lot of opportunities for the students to get involved. Stephanie, what can the students expect for the full week, and kind of give us an overview of everything planned?
Yeah, so we are going to get started at the house on Monday night. So everyone's invited. Derek Amsler is going to be speaking. The whole week's going to start off hype and get more and more serious and contemplative as the week goes on. But that night we have our trip launch. So after both services of the house, you can go out and see what trips are available.
That's great.
And then that'll continue all day Tuesday for people that aren't able to get around to every table. That'll be in Kelly Gardens. Tuesday night, we are showing a documentary called Jesus in Athens about the move of God that is happening in the Muslim migrants that have ended up in Athens. And then on Wednesday, we have all those workshops that Ahmed mentioned with all those amazing partners. Yeah. Thursday, community chapel, and then we have a worship night that night. And then, of course, at the end of the week, we have the album launch party for SEU Worship.
This is going to be a full week.
It really is.
Ahmed, give us an overview of all the mission trips that we'll be sending this year, and how many countries are we going to?
Yeah. So basically, Practice Mercy is giving a workshop on ministry of presence, which is basically the ministry of just showing up and being there, the impact that you as a missionary have just by your presence, just being there. Business as Missions by Live Dead, Local Missions by One More Child, Cross-Cultural Evangelism by International Project, and Unreached People Groups with Overland Missions. So if you guys want to hear more about that, that'll all be on SEU Missions Instagram, and you can see the times and be there.
How many trips are we sending out?
Yes, so we are sending out over 30 trips, internationally and domestically. Super excited for that. We're going to over 6 continents. And we're going to be working with Ukrainian refugees. We're going to be working with unreached people groups all over the U.S. and outside of the U.S. And super excited for our opportunities.
And how do people sign up for those trips?
So there's actually, we're going to launch our website next week. And through there, you could click on the sign up to hear more about it. And we're going to have interest meetings all throughout the week after Missions Week as well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Anything else to add to, what's going on? In fact, I'd close our conversation out this morning with, what are you each hoping students will walk away from this coming week when we focus all on missions?
Yeah, well, in terms of other things going on, we've got Portico. All proceeds will be going to help build homes in Ukraine that were destroyed in the war.
So for next week, if they purchase anything in Portico.
Okay. Oh,
yes.
Wow.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're also doing, we're collecting school supplies and backpacks for an organization that works in the Congo. And I think those are both ways that we can serve in places that we can't actually physically go.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I think that connects to what I would love to see students walk away with. I really believe that there's a cost and a call to missions.
Yeah.
There's the beauty of it and there's the sacrifice of it.
Yeah.
And I want us to be able to consider it fully. It's not all cost and it's not all, fun and exciting.
Right.
They're both. And to consider the cost and say, yes, this is worth it. Jesus is worth it. Whether that means I go on a trip, become a missionary, or live missionally in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And I'm a sender, like buying a coffee at Portico.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
what I hope they walk away with.
Amazing.
That's good. What are you hoping they walk away with?
Yeah, I am hoping to see over 400 students just get involved with missions this year. And I want people to just discover their divine design in the missions field, whether they're called to be a full-time missionary or support missions one way or another. We're all called throughout the Great Commission, right? So we're all called in one way or another. So I just want to see people get fired up and share that thing that they have stirred up inside of them. Yeah. All over the U.S., all over the world, and just get plugged in.
Yeah, and I think so important. Students are majoring in a lot of different majors, and they sense calling, in the business world, the education world, and and then of course in ministry. But a lot of times we think, missions, that's only for ministry majors. But no, as you said, we're all called. God wants all of us to have an impact, a kingdom impact, to have influence, to be salt and light. In fact, I've always believed God calls each of us in our own sphere of responsibility to really be intimately engaged and relevant in the world we live in. And that's how you are. That's how you become salt. That's how you become light. Yeah. And Jesus talked about that, and I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said in chapter 5 of Matthew.
Right.
But I think it's down in verse 13. But he says, here's our responsibility. We must always be among people. Yeah. So no matter what we do, you realize there are people that you're going to be with that need Jesus. Right. They're hurting, they're struggling, but be among people. Take your rightful place. In other words, make sure you know your design, so you know how to best do that. and then give the best that's within. And that's all about life stewardship.
Yeah.
You know, taking what God's given you and now invest it in people's lives. So, I'm excited what you're leading, what you're doing. It's going to be a powerful missions week. People get ready because it is going to be powerful. And I would say just yield yourself, position yourself to really listen, because you never know what God's going to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how he wants to use you. So you all are leading strong, and it's going to be amazing. Anything else you want to add,
No,
Bethany?
I'm excited. I'm excited about the workshops, the worship nights. I love that it just is blending right in so well with SEU worship. I just think it's all about what we're here about on campus's collaboration, you know, across all of our departments. But I'm just excited for Missions Week.
It's going to be great. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us on SEU Now. And Stephanie, Ahmed, thank you for, and I think we're working out this coming Friday. Don't forget, 6:30 in the morning at Just Move. Anybody listening and you want to join us? Feel free. Come on out. And if you haven't got your picture taken, get your picture taken. And I think we were also talking about something else.
Yeah, I think everyone that goes to Just Move and gets a picture with Dr. Ingle, tag Dr. Ingle in the photo, and you'll be registered for a free smoothie of the month at the gym.
Wow, that's great. Can I even apply for that?
Absolutely.
If I tag myself?
If you tag yourself, I'll just buy you a smoothie.
Legit? Oh, I heard they have a great peanut butter one.
They do. And they have a fire smoothie for Southeastern. It's like a strawberry cheesecake smoothie. I know. I got to go and test them all, and they're very delicious.
You tested them all?
Yeah, they made like 2 or 3 of them, and so we got to pick.
You didn't drink a whole one.
Oh, no. They gave us like tiny little, an ounce of each one.
You would have been full of protein, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't need that.
And here's the deal. You're on the mission field.
That's so true.
When you're working out.
It's so true.
At Just Move. I used to teach cycling classes.
Yeah.
And that's actually one of the very reasons why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to be on the mission field, meet people who didn't know Christ, and hoped that I would have an opportunity to meet them. So
that's awesome.
You view everything you do, even going to the gym. As who knows, Jesus may want to use me to be salt and light and have an impact. Well, great to have the conversation about next week. Excited about what's happening. So thanks for being with us on SEU Now this morning. As usual, keep up with the latest SEU news and updates online. Follow us on social media at SEU University, at Kent_Ingle. And
at BT Thomas.
It always throws you.
At Bethany T. Thomas.
Hey, hope you all have an amazing week. We look forward to connecting with you again next Wednesday on SEU Now.
We can't wait.